The printing press has a rich history that has greatly influenced the way that humans share information and learn. Johannes Gutenberg's invention in around the mid 15th century represented a significant turning point in the spread of knowledge. Before this invention, the process of creating books involved slow and painstaking manual copying of manuscripts, word by word, letter by letter, handwritten. This labor-intensive method limited the availability of written material and restricted access to a lot of information. Gutenberg introduced the movable type printing press around 1440, which is credited with the starting of the modern era of mass communication. His printing technology allowed for the rapid production of texts, changing how information was shared. One of his most famous works, the 42-line Bible, was completed around 1455. This Bible is celebrated as the first major book produced using movable type. It actually set new standards for both typography and book production, demonstrating the potential of printed materials. Craftsmen, such as Peter Schoeffer, worked alongside Gutenberg and played an important role in improving the visual appeal of printed pieces. Their skills ensured that printed materials were not only informative, but also aesthetically pleasing, further enhancing their values to the readers and making them more interesting for people to read back then. The printing press spread quickly throughout Europe, transforming the landscape of written communication. For the late 15th century, cities like Venice became major centers for printing. The increased demand for books during this time, fueled with the growth of population, ended up growing the printing industry much further. The ability to produce literature more efficiently allowed for a wider distribution of ideas and knowledge across society. This marked a significant shift in the way people interacted with information, forever changing education and communication practices. By the year 1500, Europe was home to more than 1,100 printing presses that had produced about 8 million books. This remarkable achievement highlights the significant changes brought about by the invention of the printing press in the realms of literacy and education. The ability to print text efficiently allowed for the mass distribution of ideas, particularly those emerging from the Renaissance and Reformation movements. These ideas played a crucial role in transforming cultural and religious beliefs across the continent. The innovations in type design, exemplified by the work of Aldus Manutius, further demonstrated the printing press impact on design and the art of typography. Manutius introduced the italic type, which not only enhanced the visual appeal of printed materials, but also catered to the preferences of readers at the time. His creation of pocket-sized books made literature more accessible, allowing for people to carry text easily and read on the go. This adaptability of printing technology reflected the changing needs of an increasingly literate society. The widespread availability of printed materials led to a greater standardization of knowledge and language and content. This standardization had a profound effect on the development of vernacular languages, making literature and educational resources more consistent and relatable to the general populace. The result was a stronger connection between written material and its audience, which fueled literacy and learning throughout all of Europe. Overall, the printing press was a powerful tool that reshaped communication, culture, and education in a rapidly changing world. The press has significantly contributed to scientific progress by facilitating the broad distribution of academic writings. A key example of this is Nicholas Copernicus's groundbreaking work on the revolutions of the celestial spheres. This publication challenged prevailing views of the universe and introduced the heliocentric model, where Earth revolves around the sun. As the 17th century approached, the emergence of newspapers marked a notable shift in how information reached the public. These early newspapers not only informed readers, but also began to shape public opinion and influence societal discussion. The technology behind printing underwent remarkable changes over the years, and in the 19th century, the invention of the steam-powered press transformed production methods immensely. This innovation allowed for a much quicker printing process, leading to a massive increase in the volume of printed materials available to the public. As a result, literature, news, and education materials became more accessible than ever before. And despite the rise of digital technology in the last few years, the influence of the printing press remains very significant. It played a role that was fundamental in promoting literacy and education throughout history. The ability to share ideas and knowledge across great distances has changed the way people communicate and learn. The legacy of the printing press ends up continuing in its role as a vital tool for information dissemination in our globalized society. Those are just some of the most amazing facts about the printing press and its history in the world.